What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and today I'm going to provide a guide for you guys as far as how to play Haicma, an absolutely amazing uniframe character. And that's going to be a thing that's going to kind of hold the character back for a lot of players, is because she is a uniframe. Really, anytime we get uniframes, players are really hesitant to pull for them because omniframe characters really just do it for us for the most part, because they're just going to be more of the meta teams. However, having said that, Haicma is amazing. And if there was any transcendent character, at least as far as how I like to play, as far as looking at a unique kit, this would really be probably my #1 favorite. I mean, if I'm being straight up with you guys, like, her kit is so awesome, as we'll talk about in a little bit. Man, I love her to death. But the first thing I want to talk about is her 6-star weapon. Now, this thing is pretty OP for her because Bitter Frost is actually her core passive, guys. Increasing her core passive by 20% is insane. Plus, the Bitter Frost level energy acquisition speed increases by 100%, which means that the gauge at the bottom of the screen will increase by 100%. That is massive. It's going to be a huge quality of life change for her. And what this is actually going to do for you is actually going to increase your damage over time and your survivability over time, as well, as I'll explain in a little bit. Now, I do want to touch on her 6-star memories. Now, when it comes to resonating her 6-star memories, you just want attack on top and you want the signature on bottom. Just put attack on top, whether it's, any one of these attack ones, like, attack. The crit doesn't mean nothing, guys. She's an elemental character. It's not worth a crap for her. Elemental characters don't crit worth a damn. Just give her attack, whether it's this one here or this one here, or yeah, that's it. Just either this one or this one on top. And then on bottom, what you want to give the character is her signature move. So make sure that it is this one right here. This is going to do the best for her. It's going to give her the most damage. Her signature is absolutely ridiculous. The thing will do enormous amounts of damage. Now, I want to touch on the 6-piece set a little bit, guys, because, I mean, there is only one set you can put on that's going to be really viable for the character, but I want to explain why, because this thing really is nice for her. So whenever you equip 2-piece, you can increase your attack by 5% and your ice damage by 7%, and that's really great for a character that does have ice damage, obviously. But whenever you have a 4-piece, Frost Treated Blade Quench deals 15% more base damage. This is her signature move, guys, increasing her damage by 15% when she does a signature move. And then Bitter Frost deals 200% more ice damage to enemies with frozen status. This is her core passive, guys. This means she's going to do a whole lot more damage. So obviously, you definitely want to have this set on her, and it's really only viable set that you really should be putting on the character. It's kind of the thing about uniframe characters is that they have a specific 6-piece set that you're going to equip to them, and that goes for all of them, at least so far in the game. And when it comes to their orbs, guys, whenever you do a 3-ping on any one of the color orbs, whether it's yellow, red, or blue, she's always going to do ice damage. So whenever you're playing with her, you really want to try to always do 3 pings as much as possible. However, that's not always the case. Sometimes you just want to do her basic attacks, so that way you can build up her signature move. But we'll talk more about that here in a little bit. When it comes to her red orbs, guys, she does a spin move, which is pretty damn cool. Nice little spin move that she does. And then when it comes to her yellow, this actually closes the distance. It's a really good move to get closer to your enemy. And then the blue orbs actually creates distance and actually throws an ice slash forward, which is pretty cool. So if you're trying to get away from an opponent, this is a really good skill to use, right? Then you have her basic attacks, which is pretty cool. She does a lot of slashes. Really cool, man. The fact that this little thing uses this scythe is just crazy. This giant scythe, really wild. And then her signature, which is the Frost Treated Blade. And I'm not going to read all of this, guys, but you can see the kind of damage that this thing does. We'll explain it, how to do it and everything here in a little bit. But this damage, it was just absolutely ridiculous what this thing can do. Then there's her QTE, right? And then she has the Vanguard, which, all the uniframes do have. And then her core passive, guys, which is pretty damn nice, right? So whenever you enter her core passive, guys, you can actually literally hit your dodge and hold it. And the cool thing about this is, while the gauge is filling up at the bottom, she'll always dodge. And if you fill it all the way up, she can actually do a counter, which she'll slash forward, jump forward all the way across the screen, and you'll actually be in an iframe when you're doing that. So whenever you have her 6-star weapon on her, the fact that you're going to be able to increase that gauge a whole lot faster means that you're going to have more iframes available, and you're going to do more damage throughout an entire fight. So that's something about that 6-star weapon and why it's actually so good for her. But again, it's really not needed. If you're free to play, I definitely would skip on this thing, right? And then we scroll over, guys. You can see her ice damage here, her leadership, her passive, right? Base damage Frost Treated Blade Quench increases by 15%, right? And Frost Stream level recovers by 6.7% every second. This is when she's at double S. Now, I got some gameplay at the end of this video where she's only at S rank. Believe me, at double S, it was a whole lot easier. And then at triple S, guys, her ice damage increased by 10%, gains 30 energy upon deployment, which is massive, guys. She can go into her signature pretty much almost immediately. And then Timefall Embrace gives all enemies frozen status upon entering Matrix. And for a character like Haicma, this is actually really OP because she's just going to do a ton of damage when you're doing this. But I think most players, they're just not going to do this, man. They're just not going to triple S plus characters. It gets really expensive, even for a uniframe character. And as far as her uniframe setup here, guys, I really go into this in another video when I actually have enough materials to level these up. I just don't have the materials to do this, but this stuff is actually really cool. And one of the best things about the character, her execution skill is so sick, man. It is awesome, but I'll probably talk about that in another video when I actually have it available. So let's take a look on how you want to play this character, right? So you guys have a nice little understanding of what you need to do. And she's a pretty simple character once you get the drift of it, guys. She's really easy to play, but the thing about the character, guys, is you just want to use her basic attacks, do 3 pings if you can, because you'll get ice damage every time you do a 3 ping. So that way you can build up this gauge right here to bring up your signature. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to do our pings. I usually do 3 pings, and then do my basic attack, right? And you can see this thing's all the way built up, and then we're going to hit our signature, right? Now, she's in this form. Now, here's what's really cool about this, right? We can actually hit dodge, right? And we can just kind of hold it if we want. We can just hold our dodge button, and whenever we get attacked, she will lash out automatically, right? And then a 1 ping is going to count as 3 ping because you're actually in the matrix, right? And if you notice the bottom of the screen, my signature is completely maxed out. And you want to wait till this thing's completely maxed out before you use it, because the longer this thing is, the more this is filled, the longer your frost will actually last. So when we hit it, boom, last. And then you want to hit your dodge, hold it, and slash, and there is your signature move. It's that simple, my friends, right? It's that simple, right? So we can just go ahead and run through our skills here, right? Build it up again, hit our signature, right? And now she's in this form. We're going to go ahead and hit the dodge, right? We're going to hold it. We're going to go ahead and let a guy hit us here. And this is so awesome, right? This is something that's really nice about her kit, is that she dodges every time you hold that thing, right? And then once it fills all the way up, you'll hit it again. It freezes the opponent. Hold your dodge. Once it fills up, let it go, and boom. And she's that simple, guys. She is that simple to use. I really love the fact that you can just hold this dodge, right? And you want to make sure it fills all the way up, so that way you can do this counter. I mean, this thing is ridiculous, guys. Like, it does it from so far away. I mean, you don't even have to do go into a dodge. You can literally just hold it, right? And let it go, and boom, right? That thing is insane. But that's really all there is to the character as far as how to play her, man. You just want to jump in there. You want to do a couple 3 pings, do some basic attacks, get your signature ready, hit your signature, right? And then start doing some more basic attacks, do some more 3 pings. And whenever that signature fills all the way up for the second time, then you're going to hit your signature. It's going to freeze the opponent. And remember, the more of that bar that's filled up, the longer the frost will last. And then you're just going to hold your dodge, let it fill all the way up, let it go. And then you'll actually do your signature move, where she just slices and dices. And that's pretty much all there is to the character. She's actually a very easy character to play, but she definitely takes some getting used to, because she's different from all the other characters in the game, which makes her unique and super fun to play. So guys, let me know what you think about Haicma. I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GT+7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See everybody. Take care.
異常なし。